Have you ever given deep thought to your intentions? Those things that you tell yourself you're going to do, those things that you want to do, that you have good intentions to actually complete and finish? Well, in this video today, I want to give a deep dive into our intentions and how our attention affects our intentions. So, in the dictionary of Google, if you look up intention, it means an aim or plan. And it says that she had good intentions. Now, that gives us a little clue into the way intention is used, okay? Because the way a word is used is very important in understanding how I said what you hear, okay? When someone says someone had a good intention or their intentions were good, it's often in the past tense. So what they're saying is those intentions that they had didn't come to fruition. They didn't complete it. You rarely hear someone say intention in the way of it was done, it was completed. When someone says, oh man, did you see that guy? Have you seen Charlie lately? Like Charlie lost 100 pounds. He's looking good. That's a lot different than, yeah, Charlie, he started off good. His intentions was good, but somewhere along the line, he kind of fell off and, he's still working on it. His intentions is good. Or hear someone said, yeah, man, did you see Mike? Yeah, his lawn care business is really growing, man. It's doing good. Or you say, Mike, yeah, he intended to build this big lawn care business, and but it didn't quite pan out. Intentions is often used when someone didn't complete the thing. That's why it's an aim or a plan. It's not really a completion of the goal. But we do need our intentions. Our intentions feed us, builds us. That's why we create these New Year's resolutions and goals throughout our year, because we want to accomplish these things. But why don't we? Well, this is one thing that we struggle with today in our new society. Our intention, which is good for the most part, unless you're a criminal and your intention is to go rob a bank or something, then I guess that's good intentions for you. But for everyone else, their intentions is to do good. Okay? Nobody really intends to do bad. Intentions are usually about health, about wealth, about relationships, about career, about bettering ourselves, personal development. Intention is a big word for personal development. It's something to do with making ourselves better. One of the biggest ones that I know is health. A lot of people intend to make their health better. They intend to go on a diet. They intend to do these things. But what happens? Our intention plus or minus our attention, which is the key, is going to determine our success or our failure. Our intention plus or minus our attention is going to determine our success or our failure. So what does this mean? Intention is the aim, is the plan, is the thing that we want to accomplish. But if you don't give it your attention, it's going to fail. Okay? And the tricky part is you can't just give it your attention for a day. You can't just give it your attention for a week. You can't just give it your attention for a month. You got to consistently give it your attention until your intention really just becomes the new you. Your intention becomes the new you. That's where you want to be with your intentions. You want that health goal to just be the new you. So the attention just comes naturally. Now, what makes this so difficult in our day and age is that attention. This is being robbed from us every single day. Our attention is being robbed from us every single day. You watching this video is taking your attention. No matter how good it is, no matter how bad it is, no matter what it's doing for you, if it's bringing value or not, this is taking your attention. Now, your intention could be to learn about intentions. So maybe that's why you're watching this video. Your intention could be to learn something about entrepreneurship, personal development. So you can have a good intention, and by adding your attention to this, it's bringing you some success and value. But if your intention is not to learn about personal development, entrepreneurship, it's actually a negative to your attention. So it's going to bring you failure. Here's another example. If your intention is to eat healthy, watch your trans fats, watch your sugars, watch how much fast food you're eating, you need to not give your attention to Domino's pizza ads, to the burger that Carl Jr. just came out with, to the free fry Fridays at McDonald's. You have to keep your intention on your goal and add your attention to it to be successful. But the hard part is, it's so hard today to keep our attention on the things that we need to keep it on. It's so difficult. Why is so difficult? This is why it's so difficult today to pay attention and to create our intentions to see them become reality. It's this thing right here. This is the reason that a lot of our intentions, and this is a phone, it's not a remote. This is the reason why a lot of our intentions do not aren't completed, because this thing right here, what we call a phone, I don't really call it a phone anymore. It's not a phone. It's not an iPhone. It's an I. It's not an iPhone. It's an I. It's you. This is you. This is more you than you are you. They know more about you than you know about you. This is more of an I about you than you are about you, than you know about you. This emits more realities about you than you will admit to yourself. This takes so much of your attention that you can't complete your intentions, because this is feeding you all of the vanities and all the things that this know you really want to give your attention to. If your intention, which is in your soul, to do better, your intention is to be a better person, but your attention is on videos of people murdering each other. Your intention is to be more godlike and to understand the word, but your attention is constantly going to robberies and the news and seeing all the bad things that are going on. Your intention is to love everyone equally, but your attention is constantly going to bashing the Republicans, bashing the Democrats, blaming Whitey, blaming Blackie, blaming all of the people in your community for all the bad things, because you're feeding all this negativity and energy with this I. This is not a phone, okay? So stop calling it a phone. I would say it's safe to say that we use this maybe 5% as a phone. Like nobody's calling grandma every day. Nobody's calling their dad and their mama every day. This is not a phone anymore. This is I. This is I. Okay? So the more we understand that, the more we will understand that this is the reason why it's so hard for us to complete our intentions, because this is taking all of our attention. Okay? So what can we do about that? Well, you're not going to get rid of your phone. We already know that. It's just the truth. Nobody's going to get rid of their phone because we need it for emergencies. Okay? Nobody's going to get rid of their phones. I wouldn't advise you to get rid of your phone either, because if something were to happen and you don't have your phone on you, then you kind of feel screwed. Even though the person walking down the street or somebody got a phone, so you're not really in that bad of a position. But letting go of that string is really, really tough, because I would say it's safe to say nobody has an intention to watch social media. Nobody has an intention to watch Netflix. Well, unless you just got off work, you're chilling. Okay, I get it. No one has an intention to just distract themselves, because you wouldn't just call it like that. Nobody says, yeah, man, I'm about to just go sit down and distract myself for 4 hours. Nobody says that, so nobody really has that intention. Most of our intentions are good things, But this takes so much of our attention because it knows what we really want. It pleases us. It feeds us our pleasures nonstop. Okay. So how can we achieve our intentions? Okay. What we have to do, one, disconnect. We have to disconnect. While you're focused on your intention, I would advise you to disconnect. Okay. Turn the eye off or turn the internet off just for a while, and focus on your intention. If your intention is to read this an hour a day, during that hour, I would advise you to turn your phone off, put it on silent. It's honestly better just turn it off. It's better just unplug the internet, turn it off. You have to disconnect because there's going to be something in that hour that takes your attention. And now what you're intended to do, to read, now your attention, you just got a notification about some random email that you don't even need to check right now. But now it took your attention. This is why it's so hard for us to complete our intentions, because the eye is taking our attention. So number one, I would say disconnect. Number two, I would say write them down. There's nothing like writing things down that just brings magic to it. There is nothing like it. There's a book that I recommend called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Dr. Shadham Stetler. And in that book, he has like affirmations and things for you to write down, for you to say to yourself every day. And, you can just read the ones he has in the book and say them to yourself. But when I wrote them down and I start saying them to myself, it just makes it so much realer. When you write something down, there's some emotion when you write something down. It connects you to that thing. Just kind of how your phone, when you search something that you want and you become connected to that search, and when you write something down, there's an emotional connection, and it makes it more real. So you can really not just tell yourself this is what I intend to do. You can look at it, okay, and it gives you it makes it more real. So I would definitely say write down your intentions. And number three, this I feel is the most important, especially in this day and age where the eye is taking all of our attention. And let me rephrase that again. The eye is what we called the phone. Okay, it's not a phone anymore. It's the eye. It's you that knows more about you than you know about you. I would say no more than three. No more than three. No more than three intentions. You have more than three intentions, it's going to be difficult, okay, to get all these done. And because I want to see you achieve them. I don't want to see you just say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. You can very well do all those things. I would advise you no more than three. Start turning those aims and plans into check marks that are completed. Okay. And then you can add more, add another three, add another three, but stay focused on three. Okay. Because it's so hard. And until you see this, that our conscious, like being conscious consistently, is one of the hardest things to do nowadays, especially with rapid fire social media and rapid fire information. To stay conscious for a moment is very difficult. So I would say don't overload yourself. Have three things that you intend to do within this year. We still have about 7 months of 2024. Three things that you intend to do. Write them down, no more than three. Now, you may be saying, well, Stephen, what three things? I mean, I got a dozen different things I want to focus on. Well, let me give you three that are extremely common. They're good for everybody. These are three that I'm working on personally. So one, health. Create yourself one intention for your health. Okay? And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Okay, one of mine is I want to increase my iron intake. So I'm looking on the back foods, and I'm being sure that I don't eat anything with less than 6% iron, preferably 10%. I've been buying these Bolthouse Green Goodness drinks. It has 10% iron per serving. There's 6 servings in the container. That's 60% iron. My intention is to increase my iron intake, so I'm looking at that consciously at how can I do that. That's 60% right there. I throw in a bit more broccoli in my diet, throw a little bit of protein. I'm getting my 100% iron for the day. That's my intention. Now, the moment my attention goes away from my intention, the moment my attention goes on, ooh, that Red Bull looks good. Ooh, nice cup of coffee. You know, ooh, that donut. The moment I get my attention away from my intention, over time, my intention disappears. There's no record of it anymore. So I would say make one something to do with your health. And whatever it is to you. Everybody's different. Number 2, have one of your intentions towards your wealth. Now, this could be something major, something minor, depending on where you are in your life. You could be a multimillionaire, you could be a multi-billionaire, you can be 100,000aire, you could be earning $20 an hour, you could be earning $10 an hour, you could be doing Uber, you could be doing whatever you're doing. Have something that's geared to your wealth intentionally. My advice, and one of the best things I've ever done for my wealth, is start saving 10%. Just start saving 10%. That's an easy thing to do no matter what income bracket you're in, no matter how much money you make. I don't care if you're making minimum wage in Houston, Texas, where it's like $8 an hour or something like that. Excuse me if it's more or less than that. Save 10%. The magic of 10% is you don't miss it. You don't miss 10%. You don't even see it. You don't even feel it. That's the magic of 10%. 10% is not going to break you. It's magic. I promise you it's magic. One of the ways that I do it, download the Acorns app, link it to your bank account. When you get your check, when you get your money, however you get your money, take 10%, put it in the Acorns, forget it. Don't get an Acorns debit card. Don't fall for that. Leave it in there and just forget about it. For a year, for 3 years, forget about it. Don't think about it, okay? Let it build up and accumulate and let that just become a habit, okay? And you're going to find yourself building wealth. And it feels so good when you maybe have a little bit in your bank account, but your wealth building is stacking up. You don't feel broke anymore. You know that you're actually building wealth, and it drives you a bit. So put your intention on that. Now, what's going to happen? Your intention is on wealth, building it. Let's say you go with the 10%. What's going to happen to your attention? Hey, we got this birthday party coming up. Y'all think y'all can make it? Oh, yeah, we can make it. Yeah, we'll be there. Your attention just drifted. Now that's going to take your attention away from your intentions. Now you might be tempted to pull a little bit out of that savings because you need some fresh shoes for that birthday party. Okay. Hey man, my car just broke down, man. You think you can come, help me out a little bit with a couple dollars, man? Yeah, what you need? Man, just like 200 to by the end of the month I got. I'm not saying don't do these things, but you got to see how all these things take your attention away from your intentions. Okay. Number 3, relationships. And these are just 3 that I recommend as an easy no more than 3, because everybody can pick one of these, can pick something in each one of these categories. Relationships. Create an intention to better your relationships. Okay. I'm not saying go crazy, because I have a challenge with this. I got some family members I need to call. Okay. Like a lot of us do. I'm throwing you in the boat with me. Make a conscious intention to better your relationships, whether that's with your coworkers, whether that's with your parents, whether that's with your grandparents, whether it's with your children. Make a conscious intention to better your relationships. Now, the tricky part with this, I feel, family, we take each other for granted. We really do. We think they're always going to be there, that they're just a phone call away, and we don't consciously take intention to better our relationships with them. What you need to do, and what I suggest you do, is write down what you're going to do. And this one is hard. So I wouldn't try to put a daily. I had put a goal for call one family member a day. I couldn't do it. I can do it, but it didn't get done. I pushed it a little too hard. So instead of doing one family member a day, how about you call one family member a week? How about you just call one family member a month? That may be more than what you're doing already. That's going to strengthen your relationships and give some more attention to those that really love you. Okay. Now, one last thing before we wrap this video up is how you can make your intentions someone else's attention. Okay. So what you want to do is make your intention. What you want to do is make your intention their intention. Because this is what's happening to us. And this is the magic. You want to make your intentions their intentions. So now what do you got to do? What do you got to do to make these people's intentions lined up with your intentions? You have to get their what? It's the same thing that they're getting from us. Our attention. You have to get others, you have to know your intentions, get others' attention, and now it becomes their intention. I hope that makes sense. Let's do Domino's for example. Domino's intention is to get you to buy more pizza. How can Domino's get these three people intention to buy more pizza? Because if their intention is to buy more pizza, they want to sell more pizza to these three guys here. Well, sorry, we got one dude with a hat, we got a girl, and we got curly top. Okay. So if Domino's intention is to get these three people to buy more pizza, they need to get their attention. So Domino's intention, we want to sell more pizza. These people's intention could be anything, but they want to make their intention so they get their attention. How do you get people's attention? Through content, through social media, through all the avenues that phone, the eye, is getting your attention. So what we want to do, we want to take our intentions and make it the intentions of those around us. How do you do that? By getting their attention. This is when you become influential. This is when you become a person of significance around others. When you're able to make your intentions their intentions by getting their attention. Okay? People around you, their intention might not be to be healthy and good health, but if they see that you went from 300 pounds to 100 pounds, that's going to get a lot of attention. That's going to get a lot of people's attention. So now that you got their attention, and these people may be wanting to lose weight, now their intention is lined up with your intention because were able to get their attention. Okay. So that's just a small example. So one way you can use this, anyone out there who has a very motivational story, who has a story of change, or who has done something magnificent that can grab attention, I would advise you to make your attention to grab other attention because you're ahead of the game already. So I hope that was able to serve you a little bit. I just want to go over that last little piece, because by you watching this video, whether you believe it or not, is grabbing your attention. Okay. So my intention is to share knowledge with you, share information with you, grow a community of entrepreneurs that bounce ideas off each other. That's my intention. How can I do that? By doing videos that grab your attention. And I know I got to get better at it. This is just the beginning, but I need to be able to grab your attention and make your intentions the same as my intentions. Okay. So you should do that with those that you love and those around you. And it doesn't have to be through social media or YouTube. It could just be in your daily life in your house. Okay. If your intention is to have a beautiful garden, then start giving all of your intention and focus on that. Is going to grab the attention of those around you. And now their intentions line up with yours. If you have kids, Oh my gosh. If you have children, this is the children are the easiest ones to get the intentions lined up with attention, because your kids see everything that you do. If you want your kids' intentions to be to read the Bible, then you need to give your intention to reading the Bible, and their attention is going to see you reading. They're going to huddle around you, and now their attention is lined up with the intention. Okay? So if you want your kids to eat healthy, you need to have the intention of eating healthy yourself, because their attention is going to see what you're doing, and then them following and paying attention to what you're doing, now that created their intention to do the same. So I hope it didn't sound a little too confusing, but this is Stephen Loss Jr. I hope this video served you a little bit. If you like this content, go ahead and please leave us a like, subscribe, and we'll be bringing you more soon. Thank you. Have a good one.